Hello and welcome to video 3 in this training from authortech.net. This is the advanced read-through calculator getting started. So this is where you actually see the sheet. And if I bring it up, the first thing I will say is don't panic. It's not as bad as it looks. In fact, specifically, only these sections which are blue are anything you would have to enter data on. If you were to open it and see all this, you might panic, but don't worry at all. Now, the first thing is we have a template sheet here, but you may have several series or several things you want to test. So in that case, what we need to make sure we do is take a copy. And I'm aware that not everyone's that familiar with Excel. So one way of taking a copy is you hold down the Control key, certainly in Windows. I think this would be the same for a Mac. You click and drag the sheet, and it there creates one. And then to rename it, you can just double click on it. And I will circle this video 3 so we know where we are. Now there are other ways. You could right click and choose move your copy and tick create a copy, highlight template and click on OK. And you can see that's created one as well. So I will just remove that as we don't need that at the moment. Always be a little bit careful when deleting because you don't want to delete the wrong one. You're okay if you don't save it. Once you save it, it is gone. Okay, so we'll start off with the main areas for the data. So we're not going to enter anything much here. We're just going to have a look. You can see here we have a series name. Please enter your series name here. We have KU per page payout. Sorry, per page read payout. We don't need to touch that at all right now because we're not looking at KU in this example. And then we have book details, so book names here. Read through, again, this is for Kindle Unlimited only, so we won't need to put anything much in there. I'll show that in a little while. And key things we will enter, having put in the book names, are the number of sales. In this case, we're begin to look just at ebook sales for book 1, book 2, book 3, and then how much royalties we earn for each one. And this is not the total value of the book, so it's not if you sell it at $2.99 or $3.99, you won't be putting $2.99 or $3.99. What we care about is how much do you actually get out of that payment, rather than how much is the person buying it spending. Now, a couple other things to notice if you're not that familiar with Excel or not noticed it. You see here, if I hover over this cell, because it has a red triangle in the top corner, it means that there will be a little bit of help text that will pop up to explain what needs to go in that section. There's not too many of them on this sheet, but there are a few. And the other thing which everyone always worries about is, what if I try and put something in the wrong place? What if I break the sheet? For example, if I come down here to the calculations and I break the sheet and I type boom in here instead, oh, it won't let me. So the sections of the sheet you shouldn't be changing are protected to stop exactly that, because everyone can make mistakes. I can do fat-fingered mistakes and overwrite something I shouldn't have. And certainly if you're not that familiar with Excel, it's easy to do and very hard to notice what you've done. You'll just notice that things don't seem to be working properly, or worse, you'd get the wrong numbers. So we've put in protection against that. And something else, so just what you'll find in some cases is you will get some cells going red. That just means that because of some of the information we've entered, we need to add some more. In this case, because we've entered a book name, we need a value in here, and X is a valid one. And if I was to say we'd had 500 sales of that, we now know that because we've got information for that book, we also need to put in how much we earn from that book. For example, $1. There are one or two other places where things will go red, but we'll show that as they go through. So that's the sheet. I'm not actually going to enter any real data in it yet. We're going to do that in the next video. That way you can watch the two separately rather than having to wade through all of this just to get to the bit that shows putting data in. So in no time at all, we'll be on to video 4.